Today, I will be discussing Ayanokouji versus Uruma Shun, another 9-tier debate that is heavily discussed among the anime community. Before we get started, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and be sure to share this video to other fans of these series. Uruma is faster than most humans. He has many feats blitzing enemies faster than they can react or do anything. He blocked every attempted clinch that Kuga threw at him, blitzed Gano, and dislocated his shoulder, has similar speed to his granddad who blitzed Miguel. When Uruma is mad, his speed and power can increase via rage. He blitzed multiple Revolutionary Club members before attacking them. When he was in another trance of rage, he slammed a guy's face into the wall, breaking most of his teeth right after the guy spotted him. He created multiple after images to move FT to keep his enemies from getting a perfect shot on him. Many believe Uruma was dodging bullets, but as the panels show, he is dashing side to side to prevent the shooters from aiming at him. You never see Uruma reacting to the bullets themselves, rather he is aim-dodging them. Overall, Uruma should have all-around subsonic plus speed. Ayanokouji is a fast character, and unlike his striking, his reaction speed stands above the rest in his verse. His running speed is shown when he raced Manabu. If you were to scale the race, it would give Ayanokouji and Manabu peak human running speed. However, Ayanokouji stated he could go even faster, but another runner fell into his lane, so it wasn't shown. People think Ayanokouji blitzed Ichika Amasawa to keep her from breaking Kushida's arm, but this wouldn't be considered a blitz because her focus wasn't even on Ayanokouji, but rather Kushida, whose arm she attempted to break. This is just him preventing her from breaking his arm. However, Takuya Yagami, who should have comparable speed even if slower, to Ayanokouji actually did blitz her before she could react when her full guard was up. Ayanokouji should have around peak human to superhuman attack speed. He doesn't have many attacking faster than someone can react feats besides when he fought Nagumo, who he punched in the chest and knocked out. Although he can react a lot faster than opponents can attack, his attacks can still be avoided if the opponent is skilled enough to dodge them. Tsukishiro and Shiba were able to dodge a lot of Ayanokouji's attacks once he started fighting back. Most notably, Shiba. As mentioned before, Ayanokouji's reaction speed is in a class by itself in the light novel. When fighting Manabu, as I stated before, he dodged a backhand attack from him that wasn't telegraphed. He dodged every attack from Tsukishiro and Shiba when they were attacking him simultaneously, as well as Nanase. He likely has the best reaction speed, so it's rare he can be caught off guard unless the speed is greater than his own. However, his reaction, timeout abnormal reaction, time based on the statements from Tsukishiro, which automatically makes his reaction speed no lower than superhuman. However, he can still be caught off guard if the opponent is fast enough. Manabu Horikita almost landed a kick on him, which made him cold sweat and say close call. When fighting Nanase, she switched her personality to Eiichiro Matsuo mode and attempted to blitz Ayanokouji, which made him stop analyzing her and take emergency evasive action to avoid the attack from completing her blitz. He had to do this same action against Shiba, dodging his attacks at the last moment. He dodged projectile orange juice that was thrown at him by Rowan, who was trying to showcase his abnormal reaction time to Katsuragi. Overall, Ayanokouji should have superhuman to subsonic reaction speed, peak human combat speed and running speed, and subsonic dash speed. Uruma has notable superhuman strength, being able to lift a tree after being told it was impossible by his grandfather. It took him a while, but he was still able to uproot it, making his gramps praise him, saying he will never be defeated by another human again. He also ripped an enemy's entire face off with his bare hands after going berserk. However, his strength is shown to be inconsistent, and he has been held down or tied up by people who should be less inferior in physical strength. Miguel held Uruma down while his brother was in danger and couldn't break free. Kuga tied Uruma up in an odd knot, and only free himself because he knocked a weapon off the wall Yo used. He also couldn't break free from Kuga's grip when he attempted to judo slam him, and he has been restrained by multiple of his bullies when tied up. Ayanokouji's physical strength would likely be his third best attribute besides his intelligence and experience. Ayanokouji has peak human near superhuman strength, and it has showcased throughout the series. As I mentioned before about the elevator statement, this is likely what he was referring to rather than attacking the door with punches or kicks, since he said it was impossible to destroy. Now I will calculate how much strength it would take to to rip open an elevator door with brute strength. The lock is mainly composed of lock hook, lock block, force element, roller, open lock door wheel, electric safety, electric shock, and triangle lock. Lock hook and lock block constitute lock effect. The lock door shall not be opened, and the meshing depth shall be over 7 mm, and the endurance shall be over 1000 N. 1000 N equates to the weight of a washing machine, which weigh at most 230 hours or 132 kilos. When the students were doing physical tests, they did a grip strength exercise to determine the hand strength of the students. Ayanokouji asked what the average strength of a high school student so he could manipulate his results to not stand out, but the person he asked gave the wrong number, and it resulted in him scoring a 60.67 Q, which surprised the class. Ayanokouji stated with training, a person can get their grip strength up to 100 kilo, which I assume his full grip strength is at. 100 kilo is still achievable in real life, so I wouldn't call this superhuman, but it's definitely at around the threshold of human capabilities, which is why I always say Ayanokouji is peak human, not superhuman. In the Ryuen gang fight, he used his grip strength go gain an advantage over Ichizaki by squeezing his fist after catching it when he threw a punch. This caused Ichizaki to scream in pain while on the ground. He also caught Albert's fist after he attacked, which confirms Ayanokouji is the comparable strength-wise to Albert, which narratively makes more sense for the elevator feat, since Ayanokouji's punches had only shallow effect, but he had no problem matching Albert's strength. He did the same thing to Hausen, but in this instance, Hausen stabbed his palm, and Ayanokouji nonchalantly held his hand in place, with the knife still stuck through his hand. Ayanokouji stated that Hausen is superior to Albert in strength, and it's shown because Hausen easily beat Ryuen, and Albert needed help from Ichizaki to hold him down for Ryuen to gain his advantage. So this feat is even more impressive. In a match of tug-of-war, Koenji and him ended in a stale mate tie, which is impressive for both characters. People assume Koenji has comparable strength to a boar because he captured or fought one in the island exams, but it was off-screened and there is too many scenarios to assume he used brute strength or punches when he could have laid a trap using his IQ and nature experience, since he said it didn't take him as long as he thought. And Kenji can also easily swing on trees like a monkey. Uruma has wall-level attack potency. Uruma may not be known for his blunt striking as shown when his punches did little damage to Gano, a muscular giant who was attempting to rape Azuma. Since his muscles negated Uruma's attacks, he can use a dislocation technique called detach, where he separates the shoulder bone, bypassing durability. Uruma is comparable to Kuga, who kicked a door off its hinges and denting it. He judo slammed Kuga to the ground, breaking several of his teeth with a judo slam. Although his attack potency hasn't shown to grown much since the time skip, but it's safe to assume he got stronger due to his training while in prison. Uruma doesn't have many notable durability feats either, and is more known for his stamina and endurance than durability, but he is still formidable. He is able to take hits from Gano, who can crack walls, and also Kuge, who I mentioned can kick a door off its hinges and bend it in half. Ayanokouji has street-level attack potency, and has the striking power to one-shot characters like Nagumo, Ichizaki, and Ibuki. There are also characters who have statements of comparability to Ayanokouji's striking strength, like and Tsukishiro, Shiba, and Koenji, so the narrative he is far superior in attack potency than his verse is false. Ayanokouji should be superior to Kiryuin, who he stated was about to destroy a chain, and Sudo, who splintered a desk after kicking it through the air. However, his attack potency has limits shown when he punched Albert with his full power and it dealt shallow damage, which is why he attacked his solar plexus and throat after it. He attacked Ryuen with a heavy blow, but there was still no signs of Ryuen falling over. These feats are impressive, but still in the realm of realism, since it's possible for people in real life to destroy these objects, so they should scale around low street level. His durability is slightly weaker than his attack potency. When fighting Manabu Horikita, he stated that Manabu could one-shot him after he barely dodged his kick and felt the pressure of the kick pass his face. Analyzed Suzune Horikita's athletic build and assessed that she could kill him with a good strike to his head with a bottle. Many believe this was a joke, but he also said Ibuki, who is Suzune's equal and rival, could give him a concussion with a roundhouse kick, also due to her athletic build, which is what he said about Suzune. The roundhouse kick is Mikey's signature kick, and he has far more striking power, kick accuracy, and speed than Ibuki. When fighting Nanase after she switched personalities and her attack power grew, Ayanokouji stated that her attack power had the strength to knock out grown men, which likely includes himself, Tsukishiro, and other strong characters based on this consistent narrative. He said if he wasn't good at damage exchange, Shiba's strike would have stopped him in his tracks, or knock him out. When Ayanokouji let Albert hit him, he realized the power was more than he expected and said he couldn't let the damage accumulate or he would be in trouble. This proves Albert is physically superior than Ayanokouji since he can not only tank his punches with minimal damage, but also deal major damage to Ayanokouji with punches. If you doubt this is true, in the same fight, Ayanokouji let Ryuen attack him multiple times to see if Ryuen could make him feel fear. Ayanokouji said himself that Albert is superior to Ryuen, so this is why he can tank Ryuen's kicks with ease rather than Albert's. Ryuen isn't known as a strong fighter, so this also narratively makes sense. Ibuki dented the elevator with a kick hard enough to shake the elevator. This feat has been scaled to 4 kilojoules, which is mid-street tier. Overall, attack potency in this verse is based on skill level, and durability is based on muscle mass. Most skilled fighters have the same level of striking power, and muscular-built characters like Albert or Hausen have higher durability than that. Uruma has some of the best stamina and endurance. He can maneuver all 68 joints in his body freely, can tank being shot by metal needles without reacting, stating that level of pain is meaningless now. He also had 2 kilos of flesh cut from his body and still could walk and fight with a light head, although he felt its after effects. He was also tied up and beaten by Kuga, who then attempted to rape him. He had the stamina left to free himself and then kill Kuga. Ayanokouji has high stamina from his extensive training when he turned 4. The White Room adopted martial arts curriculum, starting with judo, where kids were repeatedly slammed to the ground by instructors and forced to stand back up every day until the point they became numb to the feeling of pain. The White Room instructors were described as people who don't take it easy on women and children. He was able to survive on an uninhabited island 13 days while constantly on the lookout for enemies and still had to fight Tsukishiro and Shiba, who are professional level fighters. Although he was winded, which Tsukishiro pointed, his resistance to pain was shown during his encounter with Hausen. He intentionally allowed himself to be stabbed by a knife through his palm, which he showed no signs of panic and kept his usual poker face. Fought Tsukishiro and Shiba at the same time after surviving on an uninhabited island. Ayanokouji's fighting stamina should be around peak human. Uruma isn't a natural-born fighter like Mikey. However, due to his constant bullying as a kid, he was then forced to learn how to fight and how to kill by his grandfather, who was in a notorious military group called the Kitoyama Corps. This battalion is known for their killing techniques and brutality. Uruma trained under his grandfather for 4 years, learning everything he needs for revenge. Ayanokouji was born in the 4th generation of the White Room. The 4th generation, also known as the demonic 4th generation, focus on pure individualism. Kiyotaka is from the demonic 4th generation, which had the hardest and most cruel course of all generations. Kiyotaka has also confidently stated that when it comes to the White Room, he is the best student to have ever come out of it. As a result of his success, the faculty has been using Kiyotaka as the benchmark for future generation students, including telling them to exceed him as their end goal. But it was revealed the information they were giving the kids was false information, hiding Kiyotaka's true results, because it would crush the other generation's confidence, knowing they can't reach his level. Kiyotaka's father firmly believes that his son is an existence that can become a perfect model and lead the masses, says he can be a censor by 25 of protecting well-known government officials. Kiyotaka was the result of his father's absolute pursuit of an ideal he sought to realize and build. No one who had studied in the White Room didn't know the name that was Kiyotaka Ayanokouji. It was due to the undeniable fact that he was better than any student, at any grade or age, that his name was often brought up as a topic of comparison and reverence. None of the previous gens and after could surpass the last survivor of 4th generation. He alone had a huge impact on the entire White Room. It was said that no matter how extreme the training program is, he was able to leave behind a legacy of excellence, surpassing all expectations. He could adapt to any environment and improve his situation with limited resources or in forms. There is a total of 10 different levels that the White Room teaches its students, and as they progress, the level raises. Level 5 or 6 are what is considered to limits of human development. Ayanokouji is the only person from his generation to pass those level and reach level 10. After he completed the final level, he was then taught the Beta curriculum. This curriculum is only specific to the 4th generation due to Kiyotaka's success with the first 10 levels. It is described as a curriculum that is incredibly hard and is in an entirely different dimension than his previous curriculums. This curriculum became the normal for Kiyotaka up until his escape to advanced nurturing high school. Another incorrect narrative is that Ayanokouji knows every single martial arts, but nowhere has this ever been stated by anyone. He does, however, know a lot of them. He has canon statements for knowing karate, boxing, Jeet Kune Do, and Judo, and has been shown in the anime to use Aikido, kickboxing, Muay Thai, and MMA. There is over 180 plus different martial arts styles in total, and the White Room doesn't mainly focus on martial arts. In fact, it wasn't even integrated until Ayanokouji was 4 years old. The main focus of the White Room is mainly mental capacity, such as academic and social intelligence, to develop world leaders and politicians. Martial arts is only a subgenre of the White Room, but it still trains the kids to be the same of an Olympic-level athlete. When Ayanokouji was learning martial arts, he did not have any natural fighting talent and had to develop his skills with experience. His White Room fighting record at age 4 was 127 wins and 4 losses with 64 consecutive wins. At the time the record was revealed, his 4 losses came from Shiro, who was a prodigy at judo. He would beat Ayanokouji once, then Ayanokouji would quickly develop past him after gaining the experience and knowledge of how to win against him. This caused Shiro to lose confidence in himself and lead him to wanting to drop out on his own accord, leaving Ayanokouji to be the last person from the 4th generation. After Shiro left, all focus was on Ayanokouji. His martial arts training continued and intensified as he aged. When he reached age 9, he reached a level where he was only fighting adults in spars and winning easily. So Atsuomi wanted to take it to a new level. He hired a group of men to subdue his son in a serious fight. A lot of people think these men are professional martial artists, but Ayanokouji described their movements as rough and spirited, and nothing like the fluid movements of the instructors he was used to. He also described them as opponents who were capable of irregular fights in an uphill battle rather than an even playing field. Also that, unlike previously, pure physical strength was no match for them. The difference in muscle mass is obvious. They were the kind of guys that, in a head-on fight, you'd have no chance of winning 100 out of 100 times against. And they also brought a bag filled with different weapons such as stun guns, batons, and knives. That doesn't describe martial artists, but more of the Yakuza or gangsters. The instructors told Ayanokouji to fight them as if he wanted to kill them. Out of pity, the leader of the group told Ayanokouji he could use one of the weapons even though he wanted to fight barehanded. So Ayanokouji used the baton for its reach. He noted that in order to win against these men, he had to attack their weak points. His attacks wouldn't do much damage. Ayanokouji easily beats men, and as the last man drops from a blow to his shin, Ayanokouji is about to hit him in the skull with the baton, which he says would have shattered it. After the fight, the instructor asks him, why did he go so far? Ayanokouji states he was tasked to kill them. Moments later, in a conversation with Atsuomi, the instructor stated the entire fight. Ayanokouji's heart rate remained normal the entire time, which he called a strength and weakness. He also went toe-to-toe with Tsukishiro and Shiba, who, he stated, are at agent level, and handled it well without taking any hits, dodging both of them while they were attacking him at the same time. After Fuka Kiryuin appeared, Ayanokouji easily beat Shiba in a one-on-one fight. Ayanokouji's martial arts training allows them to fight multiple opponents at once, as he did this again against Raiwan and his underlings. In terms of his experience level, Ayanokouji is easily a black belt level. I would say he peaks at about 5th Dan in the martial arts he knows. I say this because during the fight with Horikita's brother Sef Ter, she revealed then her her brother Manabu. Horikita was a 5th Dan in karate and 4th Dan in aikido. Ayanokouji accessed to himself that if the fight had continued, it would have ended badly for him. Many people believe Ayanokouji to be a bad narrator when he says something that they deem is beneath him, when Ayanokouji carefully analyzes almost everything. Uruma uses the Kitoyama core, military fighting style, which he learned from his grandfather and has a different number of killing techniques and torture methods. Uruma also uses limited judo, which he learned when preparing for Kuga. Overall, Uruma Shun wins this fight. He has a low wall-level destructive capability compared to Ayanokouji's street level. He scales to Kuga, who can kick locked doors far off the hinges. Ayanokouji scales to Ibuki, who dented an elevator wall with a kick. Uruma's attack power is 3.58 times stronger than Ayanokouji's. Ayanokouji can't continuously tank punches around his same power as his own, which I explained above, and Uruma's punches are even stronger than that. People may say he can just dodge the punches, but Uruma is also faster than Ayanokouji, and his speed can rise with rage. Uruma scales to 222.13 meters per second from blitzing King. Ayanokouji scales to 62.5 meters per second for dashing at Ichika. Uruma is 3.55 times faster than Ayanokouji. Ayanokouji does not have the speed to dodge Uruma's attacks, and he would eventually fall from his injuries. Uruma is physically superior in every category, so Ayanokouji's best chance would be to use a weapon to even the odds, but it won't do much due to the speed difference. If you have another matchup that you want me to discuss, comment below. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel for more content.